Welcome, MechWarrior. You're accessing beginner-level training manuals for the Hatchetman HCT-3F provided by Ronin Fox Armored Security. I'll be your instructor, Fox. This tactical debriefing will explain to you the specifications, strengths and weaknesses of the Hatchetman 3F, as well as how to refit and operate one in the field. Because this is of the beginner level, some restrictions will apply, including no lost tech, no upgrades, no mods. DLC will be allowed. Let us begin. Defiance Industries Hatchetman HCT-3F. Weight class: medium. Role: Brawler. Availability: uncommon. Threat level: reduced. Description: a rarity amongst mechs, the Hatchetman is a brand new model produced for the Lyran Commonwealth, first commissioned in 3023. Its origin and function are unique, having been designed by Dr. Bonsai of Team Bonsai with the aid of the Federated Suns' New Avalon Institute of Science, but intended for Lyran use. It was specifically designed to aid in the strategic withdrawal of forces from an urban environment where its namesake hatchet could be reliably deployed in close quarters city fighting. It is also the first mech to employ a full head ejection system. The Hatchetman performed well in its specific role, though it does suffer greatly when deployed in open terrain. The Draconis Combine would salvage and reverse engineer their own Hatchetman, but it was not until the development of a sword-style replacement for the hatchet that it was finally adopted by the DCMS. Today, those searching for a Hatchetman will most likely find them amongst the Lyran Commonwealth and the Federated Suns. Specifications: maximum weight, 45 tons. Minimum weight, 13.5 tons. This means 31.5 tons are available for customization. Top speeds, 64 kilometers forward, 43 kilometers reverse, standard engine. This could be seen as below average speed for a medium mech. Armor. Stock armor includes 208 units, which is 6.5 tons of standard armor. Maximum possible armor is 318 units, which is 9.93 tons of armor. This could be seen as below average armor for a medium mech, especially for a mech of its speed. Weaponry includes 1 AC-10 right torso with 2 tons of AC-10 ammo, which is 80 rounds center torso. 2 medium lasers, 1 in the right arm and 1 in the left arm, a medium hatchet rated at 40 damage right arm, a medium hand actuator rated at 15 damage left arm, 4 class 4 jump jets, 2 in the right leg, 2 in the left leg, and 4 heat sinks, 2 in the right torso, 2 in the left torso. Strengths and weaknesses. The Hatchetman 3F is a brawler mech, meaning it is intended to be a balanced, all-around frontline fighter capable of responding to any threat. In this role, it performs poorly. These are its strengths: massive available tonnage due to an undersized engine. Full-sized melee weapon and hand actuators allow for devastating close combat capability. These strengths, however, are overshadowed by its weaknesses, which are very thin armor. Unsuited to a brawler, the mech is rapidly compromised by gunfire and is more reliant on ambushing. Slow. Although the smaller engine does free up tonnage, lightly armored mechs like this generally rely on their speed to avoid damage, which the Hatchetman cannot. Rigid hardpoints offer little in the room of customization for the model. Leg jump jets occupy the critical slots of the legs where the ammo could usually be stored in relative safety. Recustomization. Ronin Fox Armored Security recommends the following Hatchetman 3F rebuild. It will mitigate its issues of survivability and flexibility. Starting with a stripped chassis, add 1 AC-5 burst fire with 2 tons of AC-5 ammo, which is 160 rounds. Add 2 medium lasers, 1 medium mace, and 1 medium arena fist. Max the armor and add 2 heat sinks, which will take the mech beyond its maximum weight load. Bring it into compliance by tuning the armor. First, set all rear armor to 10 and move the rest to the forward armor. Set the head armor to 24 and the legs to 40 each. This refit doubles down on the Hatchetman's melee capability while simultaneously pushing its armor to the limit. The new AC-5 also grants the mech all-range weapon flexibility. BattleRom Debriefing. Now that the Hatchetman has been refitted, it's time to see how to operate it in the field. These will be the mission's conditions. Mission type, battlefield. Difficulty, 33. Maximum drop weight, 200. Allies include 1 Hunchback HPK-4H and 2 Blackjacks BJ-1. Pilot skill, regular. If you own a battle pod training simulator, check document 1 in the video's description for an instant action code allowing you to recreate this battle for training purposes. Welcome to Tigris, MechWarrior. It is 3028 and a chaotic brawl has erupted between the 2nd Crucis Lancers and Warrior House Hirisu. With tactics devolving into a stalemate, Zenko Lance is sent on combat patrol to clear the jungles of reconnaissance attempts. You'll be seeing the perspective of its Lance leader, Zenko 1. An initially uneventful patrol is disrupted by the appearance of sensor contacts, a new wolfhound with a spider and an attack helicopter. The helicopter is first quickly brought down with the new AC-5. Zenko 1 then charges the Wolfhound, but it's able to nimbly evade Zenko's mace attack. Pursuing after the fleeing Wolfhound, it does get tangled up in trees, slowing it down just enough for a deadly second stroke of the mace. The spider then arrives late and unsupported. Using its vastly superior speed, it is able to stay outside the danger range of the Hatchetman, but its light armor gives out quickly to Zenko Lance's combined firepower. Quick response units rush to the scene, bringing a pair of salvage Jenners and several helicopters led by an Igor. Zenko 1 once again uses the AC-5 to easily bring down helicopters, targeting the Igor's engines specifically. The first Jenner leaps from cover and Zenko 1 charges forward. The Jenner attempts to keep its distance from the Hatchetman, but is ultimately caught with a slug from the Arena Fist. From behind, Zenko 1 rounds the corner of a mountain, pushing into close combat with the second Jenner. Not respecting the Hatchetman, the Jenner stalls and its armor crumples as a direct hit from the mace caves its center torso in. More quick response units arrive with a Cicada and Firestarter. The Cicada charges at Zenko 1 only to realize his error, but the mace lashes out and crushes the Cicada. The Firestarter engages from behind, leaping over Zenko 1 to avoid its melee weapons. Attempting to circle strafe to maintain its distance, the Firestarter backs off until its leg fails. Zenko 1 closes for the kill, but the Firestarter jumps at the last moment only to be shot out of the air. Having swept the jungle, Zenko Lance returns after a successful mission. The refitted Hatchetman fulfilled its intended brawler role, protecting its lance mates while engaging all manner of enemies at any range. This concludes the tactical debriefing for the Hatchetman HCT-3F. You now have a further understanding of its specifications, strengths and weaknesses, as well as how to refit and operate your own in the field. Thank you for choosing Ronin Fox Armored Security for all your training needs. And that's the Hatchetman Guide. Hope you enjoyed it. As usual, my final review of the mech out of character. The Hatchetman, it's going to get the honor of my first negative review. I'm going to say pass on this mech, even though I do enjoy using it. It is fun to smash enemies. The reason's simple. A good melee mech needs one of two things. It either A, needs to be fast enough to catch enemies so it can like pound the daylights out of them, or B, it needs to have enough weapons where it kind of feels like you're just using a normal mech plus a melee weapon. Hatchetman has neither of these. It either needed to be 81 kilometers per hour, or it needed like 4 medium lasers to fill the role. It's definitely not the worst mech out there, but on the other hand, you're gonna feel like you just need to be better at the game to compensate for the lackluster design of the model. So even though I find it to be fun, it does get a no from the Fox. Not the worst mech, but kind of mediocre. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, show some love for the Fox and leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Help me grow both my MechWarrior community as well as help new players find this kind of content so that they can learn to play the game and become new fans. We gotta rebuild BattleTech and MechWarrior. Till next time, though, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.